What's up, ladies and gents, boys and girls? Ben Pakulski at the Mi40 gym. We did a video this morning, a video post on Facebook and Instagram saying that we're going to be shooting videos today, and we got a ton of questions. So I'm going to rip through some of them really quickly and give you guys the answers so there's no delay. You guys know what's coming back. I'm not going to read all of them because some of them are, I'm going to read most of them though. Is it necessary to point out that you're natural to people who think you aren't? That's a good question. Yeah, man. I think it's a compliment if people think you're not natural if you are, so good for you, dude. That's Dennis. Mustafa, do you deadlift early in the day before hypertrophy back workout? Yes, that's been my best means of progress. Actually doing multiple workouts for the same body part in the same day. You have to be very conscious of doing smaller amounts of volume in the morning. The idea and the objective in the morning is excitation and not exhaustion. So the idea is you'll come back and have a much more effective second workout of the day if you get a good exciting workout in the morning. So if you just watch the video I just posted of me training chest, there's one set of me doing dumbbell presses. If you want to watch the entire video, you got to join the Mi40 Nation, which is very, very cheap anyways. But there's a video of me using a wider bench. So the question is, why am I using the wider bench when I created the Pakulski bench? And the truth is, both of them have massive value. Pakulski bench is something I use early in the workout to improve my body's ability to stabilize my scapula. And you'll notice this wider bench, which is actually me using a decline bench backwards, the idea is to take away the need for stability, to actually give my scapula extra stability. Because it's wider, my scapula is not going to move. I pin my scapula between the bench and my rib cage, and I just allow that glenohumeral movement, or that humerus, to move and contract the pec without any additional scapular movement. So each of them has a place in improving your upper body function. So for those of you that don't realize the importance of stabilizing your scapula or having the ability to stabilize your scapula in hypertrophy training, it's massive. It's probably the number one most important thing for upper body training. If you can't stabilize your scapula in different positions, the likelihood of training any muscles effectively is very, very slim. Why? Think about it. My analogy that I always give in my courses, if I have a rope and both ends of the rope, and I'm trying to create tension in this rope, and both ends of the rope are moving, you're not creating tension in that rope. So in order to create tension in this rope, this end needs to be locked in place so I can create more tension from this end. So every one of the muscles in your upper body attaches on the scapula. So learn to stabilize your scapula, very, very important. And if you watch that video, also that chest video I did, the very first exercise I do, which is a cable exercise, and kind of a weird looking exercise where I'm kind of bent over, and it's an activation exercise, activating my mid traps together with my pecs. So as I teach also, muscles wire together. You never just want to train one movement pattern in its own. So if you're trying to train your rotator cuff, doing this kind of stuff, a rotator cuff, I think is absolutely useless. But training it in unison with another movement pattern. So where are you trying to maintain external rotation? So if I'm trying to maintain external rotation while I'm going and doing shoulder presses, then train those two things together because your brain wires them together. So if I'm trying to improve my ability to maintain external rotation in shoulder presses or bench presses, and I just train external rotation on its own and then try to hope it's going to transfer into these other exercises, the likelihood is very, very minimal. So you got to train those things together. How do you fully engage the upper chest during exercises? This is from Logan. Logan, the truth is, man, the way you set up an incline press and what's on top is the most important. But the reason most people never get a well-developed inner or upper chest is because they never stress the muscle under load in the fully shortened position. They never get the muscle really, really short. So a fully shortened pec is here coming across the body. So retracted, I'm fully retracted, I can get to there. I protract a little bit and I come across the body, and that's a fully shortened pec. And most people don't ever get it there loaded. So learn that. All stuff we teach at the Mi40 gym in their camps. Oh, this is a good question. I don't really know that I have an answer, man. It could be variable. How should I treat nutrition during and after a stomach virus? First thing is getting the virus out, man. So liquid diet is usually the first thing to do. Get on some probiotics, get on some glutamine, things to help heal your gut. Always trying to keep in nutrients to alkalize your body. So get in lots of greens, taurine, magnesium, things like that. Keep your body healthy. Good one. Spartacus, best post-workout shake for hypertrophy. High amounts of BCAAs, so 15 to 25 grams for me. Or you could just add extra leucine. I don't do glutamine post-workout. I do taurine, I do creatine, I do either high amount of essential aminos or a whey protein supplement or some type of protein supplement. Yeah, magnesium, taurine. What else do I do post-workout? That's really it. So, this is a similar question, but it has another part, so I'm going to read it. How do you engage the upper chest in general? I feel that when I shrug, I can feel it better, but the shoulders, maybe that's not a good question. The only way you can ever feel your upper chest is by the way you set up and making sure the upper chest is doing most of the work by making sure it's on top, giving it the greatest mechanical advantage to contract, and secondarily, getting a pec fully shortened. So when the pec is fully shortened, the entire pec contracts. Upper, lower, middle, all fibers have to contract. So that is why most people don't ever build their upper inner chest. How do I get a beard like that? What, you want the grays, Ryan? Is it the grays you're after? Get old, man. Have kids. Grays come. Good question, Paul. Best pre-workout nutrition for those that train first thing in the morning. I'm gonna creep your page, Paul. Paul Godfrey. You look like you're pretty thin. You're pretty lean. A very low glycemic carbohydrate is okay for you. Most people, I would suggest not doing any carbohydrate pre-workout. If you tend to be under 10% body fat all the time, then you need some carbs first thing in the workout with some aminos, some protein, some MCTs. If I'm doing it, I'm doing typically a beef meal, coconut oil or MCT, and a little bit of vegetables, a slow acting carbohydrate source. Basically something that's going to keep my blood sugar stable, allow my body to not be breaking down because I have a constant supply of amino acids, and then fuel the workout with MCTs.